Well, hello.
Hello.
A little bit different. We're not mic'd up. We are in a hotel room, so you might hear background noise. Sorry about that.
Yes.
People are checking out of our hotel right now, it sounds like. So.
Here we are
And we're
in
right by the elevator, so we're gonna
good old Mississippi.
in Southaven. I can see from our hotel room. I can see the water tower, Southaven, Mississippi.
So if you're wondering,
the
where
city
that
of no
is,
sidewalks.
you can drink the air. There's no crosswalks, no bike lanes.
Everything is fried.
Every chain restaurant you could ever think of.
You're gonna have to roll me home.
Yeah.
Yep. Our hotel is surrounded by a Walmart.
Burlington's right there.
Burlington Coat Factory. Living the glam life. But this was a really meaningful week.
It was.
It was. So this, for those of you who don't know, this was like our first training for our new jobs in South Korea.
Yeah, so they flew us out to Southaven, which is basically Memphis. It's like a suburb.
We flew into Memphis.
It's like a suburb of Memphis. It feels like just across the state line.
Yep.
Yeah. So we came here with all the new hires. I guess there's new hires plus people who are 1 year in.
Yeah, you have to go here. You have to go to this training within your first, either before your first year or at the end of your first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you have that buffer, but we were already stateside, so it made sense for us to go this year. So we've been here.
Put us up in the Hilton 2, and then every day.
No, it's not the Hilton. It's the Home 2.
Home 2 by Hilton.
By Hilton.
And then we get bused to a local church for
our training.
They call them CPUs, but we call them PDUs.
Yeah. We each got 22 PDUs this week.
This training, which is
so
nice.
So we'll be prepared to, renew those licenses when they come up. We just need 50 more for Oregon, I think. So yeah.
What else?
What was your? So this week it was interesting because this is the first time. Usually, when I've taken jobs and gone to trainings, it's Avid training or I've done Envoy, classroom management.
Or it's a curriculum-based.
Curriculum. We had a little curriculum in the worldview weaving class.
It's kind of a curriculum development.
More of a
lesson
curriculum.
development.
Yeah, lesson development.
So we had a day of that.
Learning deeper essential questions and such. Yeah.
We had a half day of child safety and just personal safety.
Yep, personal safety.
When it comes to living abroad.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of maybe newer people, because there was people like us who have lived abroad before, and there was one guy who's never left the country, and then he was on his way.
And he's on his way to. Was he?
Kosovo? No.
No, I think he was on his way to Kuala Lumpur.
That sounds right. Yeah, so he never left the country, and here he is on his way.
Going to a third world country, right? Is that third world?
No.
Anyway, that would be intense.
Yeah.
But also, some of the places that people are going are a little bit
different than where.
Yeah, we're going to a very developed nation where it's extremely safe.
And city.
Mm-hmm. But some of the people this. So the training was through NICS and ICS, and they are kind of this umbrella group that has schools all over the globe. So that's why we're saying different people were going different places. So one of their schools is the international school that we're going to be at, but then they have international schools. Yeah, there's in Africa, Europe, all
tons
over
of South
Asia,
America.
South America. There's one in Bolivia, and I got to talk to Bolivian people and teachers that are going there, and that was kind of a fun heart moment for me because I have a family connection with that. But I think for me the biggest thing was time with you, and doing this together was kind of I've never gone to a teacher training with you.
No, because we've never been in the district or anything. Yeah,
so that was kind of getting a window into what that's like. In fact, we got a missionary certificate at the end of this because part of it was missionary training.
Yeah, I mean a large portion of it was how to live authentically with your faith.
Yeah.
And disciple.
Yeah, so where we're going to be at, it's a public school, but they're also like it's a Christian kind of like it's also a Christian school.
It has a Christian option.
Yeah, like students could sign up for like that.
Yeah, there's like 2 tracks
anyway.
basically.
It's hard. It's complicated. It's not that complicated. It's 2 tracks. But so that was part of the training, was like how to be like authentic with it and like not alienate anybody with your faith either. Like,
or Bible thump somebody with your.
Yeah, like understand that you're gonna have different people in your class.
And culturally, how things are interpreted different. I mean, there's a lot of just like the cultural awareness.
Like the American way is the only way to be Christian. Yeah. Because
even the people there none of us, not everybody was an American, and everybody was from all over the United States anyway.
Right, yeah.
There's people coming from other countries too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, like one of my favorite people I met is from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
And he's there for the training with his family. But I loved that, like, so like at the end, our certificate that we got had both our names on it. Like it wasn't like my training and your training, it was ours, and I loved that piece.
Yeah.
And I also really appreciated just meeting people. Like, we met some really cool people.
Yeah.
Whether it's like people we're gonna work with or not.
And that was at the end of like when you spend a week with people day in and day out. Yeah, it's hard to say goodbye. And that was part of the training. It's like, how do you say goodbye to people? How do you say hello? Just because it's the international school scene is kind of like there is a lot of comes and goes. Yeah,
so like we're gonna start this year. We have a 2-year contract, but knowing that like next year somebody else's 2-year contract is gonna end.
Yeah.
And so it's like every year there's like a.
And how that affects staff and students, though.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was part of the training. But that being said, it's just you get to know all these people, and then the training's over, and it was like, oh, well, you're like, oh, you could see them as a friend, like that you could walk with and do things with, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, you're going to your country, I'm going to my country.
You keep moving the camera with your foot. Yeah.
But anyway, you're like, you may not ever see that person again. Yeah,
that was hard. To like connect with people that you're like, and have a nice life.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was part of like, I actually appreciated like the goodbye training and like how to have good goodbyes. And as much as I did cry my way through a lot of that piece because I don't like goodbyes, but it was also like, so like raft, you're like building a raft is what they say. So it's like repair, take time to like make sure we're on good ground with people, right? Like if you need to apologize for something, apologize for it. If you need to like, like make sure that like we're good, and then affirm. So like tell them you appreciate them.
Yeah, and you don't have to wait till the last second. Just like
no, you shouldn't. They said
give them compliments and say the things that you've always wanted to say.
Yeah. What was the F? Forward, future thinking, right?
I'd have to get my notes.
I don't know, but I think it's like then you like start to think about the future, and then make the transition kind of thing. But it's like also like not making promises you can't keep. Like we are tempted when we're saying goodbye to be like, I'm total like, and we had this in Berlin where people would be like, we're gonna come out, we're gonna come see you, and then. No, because like life, and it's not that they didn't mean to, like they would have loved, like it's not that they didn't want to, it's just that like life happens, and so like don't make that promise that you're gonna come if you haven't already booked the ticket, kind of thing, or that you will see each other. Like there was all these people that you're like you said, that we connected with. Don't make the promise that you're gonna see him again.
Yeah,
you might not. Though there was that one kid that I'm pretty sure is going to be woven into our lives. Like we met this guy who went to elementary school with our son.
He grew up in Loveland, partially.
Yeah.
And so he went to the same elementary schools, our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Different age a little bit, but close enough that they would have crossed paths.
Yeah.
Him or his sister.
His sister is like our son's age exactly.
And then he moved to
Thornton.
To Thornton area.
His parents went to my uncle's church for a bit.
And he went to the high school
That I would have gone to if I stayed there. And that
your
like
big
my
sister went to for a
that my
little
big
bit.
sister went to.
And then he went to college in South Dakota.
Where my sister went to college. Like in Sioux Falls.
Yeah. And then now he's here.
And then randomly here at our training.
Yeah.
He's not going to Korea.
He's not going to Korea. No. Yeah.
But we did make the joke. We did make the joke that like somehow we're gonna be like at a random airport one day and be like, oh, there's
Or he'll go to Germany and then.
Like he'll end up somewhere else where we've been or where we're going.
It's a small world kind of thing.
Maybe we'll end up in Kenya.
Well, even that, there's like.
That's where he's going.
Coming from Oregon, and then there's like how many people? Like I met a couple people from Colorado State who went to school there.
Yeah, we met a lot of Colorado people.
And it was just out of all places in the
or like
it all lined up in Mississippi.
Day one, I was wearing my Corvallis half shirt.
That lady was from like Eugene.
Yeah, and like one of the ladies that's like our curriculum specialist, she was like, oh, you ran the Corvallis half, and I was like, yeah, we just did it, and she's like, oh, I lived in Eugene. She's like trying to sell her house from there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a terrible time to sell. There's a lot of people who were like, okay, I need my house. Like there was several that were like, if the house could sell, that would be great. So,
it's just kind of a small world.
If there's anybody from the Fed listening to this right now, please lower the interest rate so that people buy houses again. A plea.
Yeah, so we did that, and now it's a week's over. We're gonna head on back to Oregon now.
We're checking out of our hotel today, hopping on a shuttle back to the Memphis airport, head back to Oregon for like what, 3 days, 4 days?
A few days, and then off to Colorado, and then back to Oregon. And
get to have more of those good goodbyes that make me cry. Sorry guys, I'm gonna cry when I say goodbye. It's gonna happen. I cried a lot this week.
You did?
Yeah.
Both did.
Because the thing is, and I do think it's important to say, like, we are so excited about this new opportunity. But with that comes, like, a pain of transition and, like, saying goodbye to our house where we've lived for 9 years and saying goodbye to our church and saying goodbye to a multitude of people who have made a wild amount of difference in our lives. And it's not like goodbye forever for a lot of them. Like, we are most likely going to see a lot of people again. Our kids are still going to be in Oregon, so we're going to,
come back for that.
Colorado, obviously, we have family, we're going to go. But it's going to be a while.
Yeah. But it's also, I thought it's good to, like, and I've told you this a couple times, is like to jump into something new and not put up your walls of adjusting, right? Like, network, meet people, be vulnerable.
Use the time that you have too. Like, don't get so stuck in the past that you're not enjoying the present.
And I appreciated that, like, conversations we had in our different classes about, like, just because we're a married couple and we can rely on each other, that there are a lot of single people and they don't have somebody necessarily there.
They're leaving their families.
Yeah. And so
how can we
don't feel like it's a singles versus couples or families versus singles. Like, invite each other to be part of your
how can we
of your new family.
How can we develop community so that nobody feels isolated and alone?
Yeah. In a new country, like so many news. Going to a new place. So I think that those pieces were powerful of, like, how to connect and navigate a new culture, a new food, new smells.
I'm so excited about the food, you guys.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, like, we met some people who have also, like, they've lived in all these different places, and that was kind of cool. Like, one of our new coworkers, Foley, was like, we were talking about wanting to see China. And she was like, oh my goodness, I have this place and it's an 1.5 hour flight and I will take you and I will give you a tour of the city I lived in. And it's like, yes, please, let's do that. Let's go over the weekend or whatever and, like, tour your city. I'm looking forward to that too, and, like, really pouring in and learning about their other cultures and where they've lived, and like we just met a couple that has been living in Taiwan. I mean, we've been to Taiwan, but we could go again.
Yeah. Still learn.
So that's exciting to think about too, and like the community that we're jumping into is a very international community, and I really liked in our training, every time I looked around the room, the amount of diversity in that room. Like in one, there was 60 teachers?
60, 70 probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Not including families.
Sorry. If you're watching, I just did the 6-7 move. If you're not, now you know. Yeah, so about 60 or 70 teachers plus their families. And everybody looked different, and everybody talked different, and there were accents, and there were languages, and it was just like somebody at one point was like, "This is what heaven looks like," and I love that, because heaven isn't going to be all, we're not all the same, you know, like we're going to get there, and there's going to be so many like amazing and beautiful differences, and because that's how we were made, you know. I just love that, like hearing all the languages. And
yeah, I think we went into it very weary.
Yeah,
and not understanding what the organization was.
I was very, very reluctant going into it,
and I feel very, I don't know, confident, but also like yes, like I feel good about NICS, the NSCS organization.
Yeah, getting to meet like the president and seeing he's like such a chill dude.
Yeah, and then going forth with, you know, what the school embodies, or the network of schools.
Yeah, I think because like my worry,
and the staff,
and we even we even emailed our admin before we accepted the job, knowing that it's a Christian school. It was like, I do not want to be exclusive at all. Like that was my biggest worry, is like, this is a Christian organization, and so it's going to be like very exclusive feeling, like. Yeah. But that's not it. Like they're very much like, I mean, like the curriculum training was very much like, here's how you make sure that every student, no matter where they're from and no matter their background, feels comfortable in your classroom.
Yep. Safe.
Yeah.
Heard. Yeah.
Like it's not about just, like you said, it's not like thumping, it's not preaching, it's like welcoming, being hospitable, being inclusive, and showing like God's love that way, which I'm all here for.
Yeah, very authentic.
That nobody should feel out of place.
It was a good
thanks,
little week.
Nix, for being awesome.
Yeah. If you have questions about what we've talked about, let us know, because we've danced around like specifics, but also there's just a whole lot to say.
It was like drinking through a fire hose this week. There was a lot. So, yeah, let us know. We're missionaries now.
Yeah.
Turns out, got a missionary certificate, and so we're leaving in 3 weeks for Korea. We'll keep you posted along the way. Bye, family.
Bye.